The show is starting.
I feel the liftoff. The clock has started. Roger.
Due to the unpredictable nature of the Ask Dr. Hal show, home edition, some material may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
The finest in underground television.
We are required to tell you that this episode of the Ask Dr. Hal Show Home Edition contains experimental subliminal messages. These may cause slight changes to your cerebral cortex that may alter events to tilt the luck plane in your direction. You have been warned! Informed.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Ask Dr. Hal Show, the Home Edition, episode 51. It's an unusual episode in many ways. As you can see, we're not wearing our usual show gear, but it is yet another examination of what happened at the Xday drill this year, July 5th, 2025. And we have exclusive and new footage that we thought was just fine to put in this show.
We did have some interesting developments with this, and we had made arrangements to bring Dr. Hal in to the Devival. And then at the last minute, through almost the luck of Dobbs, Reverend Stang was contacted, and we were able to surprise everyone and bring in Reverend Stang, who in turn surprised everyone else and brought in Onan and Philo. So it was a gathering of the doctors, completely unexpected on Xday evening for the folks over in Prague. It was late afternoon, I do believe, for us, wasn't it, Dr. Hal?
That's correct. There's a considerable time difference. But as far as Xday went, and of course we always just allow it to happen, it seemed that this year we were it.
We'd like to show it to you tonight because we don't want you to miss it. It was a really good gathering of minds, and I'm glad we can present it to you this evening. We're on hiatus, so we're having a nice summer, but we'll see you next month for September, right? So the next show will be the September show.
All right.
And we will have that for everyone. That will be a brand new live show. So sit back, folks, enjoy the show, grab some popcorn, whatever you might have in your refrigerator. If there's anything we can assist you with, Professor Gofflin and I will be sitting in the audience to answer any audience questions.
You what is the date that you have there?
July 5th, 1998. What date would it be?
It's 11 o'clock.
Well, it's the other side of the planet, you know. They don't all have the same date at the same time. But of course, July 5th, 1998, or is it? That is the big doctrinal question.
It always is somewhere.
Or
It's currently 10:58 on the Saturday, the 5th of July.
Or we may need to wait for the year of our Lord 8661, because according to some tradition, Dobbs handed the paper over without saying which side was the right side up. Another possibility is that it did happen on the Christian date of July 5th, 1998, and we are in the simulation now, since it takes a long time to get to Planet X.
Ah,
I hate
right.
it when that happens.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
this is at least a
generation
simulation right
ship
now.
type problem.
Yeah.
We're having a good simulation right now.
And generation ships tend to run down and go crazy. Their own intelligence programs that drives them decay, as in the works of Paolo Serpieri, if you're familiar with him. Well, hail.
We're
Hello.
all going to be shot now. This is everyone.
And what an honor it
Dr.
is.
Hal.
I hope that we're able to provide some slack on this most slackful of days.
Oh shit! I gotta turn that off.
What?
The sprinklers turned
I-
on.
Oh no,
did.
it's raining. It's
Sorry, one second.
I did want to mention something. The gentleman standing next to Griffin
Me?
looks a whole lot like Dr. Legume.
Oh, no, my name is Dr. Unibart. A long time.
Oh, I've
Very
seen your
good.
name around and about. Nice to meet you on Pontius Pressure.
Likewise, it's quite a pleasure. And
Dr. Howland Owl here.
I've been doing the internet and audio and video
Get into the chair.
for this, and we ran a Twitch stream earlier, but it became really difficult to manage the Twitch stream and the Zoom call using the same audio and video hardware. So we killed the Twitch stream about 20 minutes ago, and we're focused on this. And then maybe I'll turn the Twitch stream back on after we're done here.
Well, that's good because, as we know, Zoom prioritizes a single sound source. And
It absolutely did. That was our big problem, trying to get sound working.
We've got it almost licked,
Yeah.
but it takes some post-production magic.
we have extraordinary, skillful people
One more for over here.
at our end. Thank
We're
you.
learning all the time.
There you go.
We figure stuff out.
If I may assume that you're watching, that you do watch our show, the Ask Dr. Hal Show, the home edition.
So
It will be on tonight, our X-Day special,
Great.
I'm jumping out again. I'll
Your
see you
person
soon.
can sit right here.
6 p.m. our time is, I think, unfathomably late. But we are able to post them, and then they can be downloaded in their jaw-numbing entirety.
Right. So we can watch it tomorrow. Good.
Well, I don't know if it'll be posted that soon, but
Okay.
the technicians will be busy on it. However, we have a number of surprises, wonderful guests, and monster and moments and cartoons and archival material.
Excellent.
Awesome. Okay.
So here we have
At the bottom of the screen, as if your heads are peeking over the bottom of the screen, the rest of the frame is filled with the top of the room. And now we are past the 2 o'clock Terminator.
Oh, okay. Let's check the camera. 1 second.
Of course, I can see Bob's face fine, but
Oh, okay. I see
What's
up.
going
I see
on?
what's up. We just need to.
there.
There we go.
That's a little better.
Better?
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
Okay. Great. Cool.
I'm back.
Are you in an outdoor setting?
We are.
Yes, we're in
If we
the
move this way a bit.
backyard of my house right now,
Splendid.
Hey, you.
in Prague.
Yeah, you might not get all of us, but
So a good thing we're outdoors, in case the pleasure saucers come, which I'm sure they will soon.
You sit in the middle. Move in the middle.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Uh huh.
Let me
No, sit
Go
back
ahead.
down.
Being indoors might result in you being ruptured up through the ceiling, the plaster, the beams, the lab, the machine.
Yeah, that would be painful. Yeah.
The hyper-relativistic velocity. But on the other hand,
I'll stop in a bit.
they're the ones with the technology. They can do it.
No, you're
Yeah.
you're out of frame.
Maybe they know how to get us from in.
I want you not to be in the camera.
That's okay.
So, Dr. Hal, should we ask him questions or?
Yeah.
I think if you would like, that's what I'm supposed to do. I am a professional question answerer, and I will be answering them tonight on the X-Day special, which is our 50th show.
How many?
It's our 50th show for the Ask Dr. Hal show, the home edition. But that show is a version of a live nightclub act I used to do. Amazingly enough, I used to do it on a weekly basis. It's possible that we will be doing it again here, though it hasn't happened since COVID, except in other U.S. states. But possibly we may, I'm in negotiations now, do it for a month. I would guess the month of October. So the things have inertia. They roll on their own. Once you start them, they're a juggernaut. They start to take control.
Awesome. Nice. I get it. So do you have some questions?
Does everyone have a question?
The creation turns on the creator.
You have a question. Yeah, you have a question.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be a fancy schmancy question.
Yeah. Okay. I have a fancy schmancy one, but that's fine.
Oh, well, that's fine. That it can be. The thing is, it's up to me how I make this relevant, and your question can be as innocent as a baby's new drawn breath. But please go ahead.
Right. Well, I've always wanted to ask someone wise, like you, this question.
Well, we'll try to find one.
Well, the question is, okay, we have a finite universe around us, right? Everything we see is finite. There's a table in front of me, there's a camera and all these things, right? But yet it's something that is infinitely divisible and infinitely expansive that's around us, right? So how is it that we see something that is finite and yet we can infinitely divide and infinitely travel around space at the same time?
Well, I wouldn't deny, since I don't really know whether things are infinitely expandable or divisible, but according to what I have researched, the way in both directions eventually does come to an end and is not infinite, except that in relation to humans, that's far larger than it needs to be. In fact, you can go down to the micro world or you can expand to the macro world, and the size of a human is right in the middle of that. Right in the middle of that width of infinite or seemingly infinite subtraction and expansion. Right. Furthermore, some believe that new universe space is still being generated, since we are but a crumb on the beard of Kronos, Father Time.
Awesome. That was a great answer. Thank you so much.
I'm not sure that was an answer. I was just setting the scene. But we are, of course, where we should be. We wouldn't want to be many thousand times larger or smaller. It would not suit us because that's the way evolution works. We go where we fit, and we fit right in the middle, which has led some to think that, gosh, it must be all for us. Or maybe we're the most average thing that there is in the entire continuum. More work will need to be done.
Yep, understood. That's a very, very good answer, though. That's gives a lot of food for thought. Thank you.
I have a question.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll move over.
Because just the other day, let's see. Hi, Dr. Hal. Just the other day,
Introduce yourself.
I'm Dr. Unibart. I have been subgenius since like 1991 when I started seeing the clips on Night Flight and saw the Butthole Surfers throwing out many Dobbs stickers into the crowd, and it just intrigued me. And I went into a bookstore and I found the book at a head shop in Ocean Beach, California, and I bought it, and that changed everything. It was pretty fantastic. And as soon as I was able to get my hands on the Arise video, that's where I became aware of you. And it's such a pleasure to be here to be able to talk with you tonight.
Well, continue to be so.
I have the question I have is I watched an interview with you, and you were talking about the Jack Chick comic tracks that are out there. And
Yes.
I've always found those to be pretty fascinating because you find them in the most random, weird places.
Well,
And
he's an underground cartoonist, in my
yeah,
opinion.
sure.
Although his message is hateful and has done enormous harm in the world, Jack departed from this planet a couple of years ago. In the
Okay.
meantime, I myself have drawn these things. Here's one that I made about the First Church of the Last Laugh. Now, can you see?
Yeah, I
You
can
can
see
see on
it.
the right here. I can see it.
This is something. This is not quite subgenius. This is a rival church, but we are ecumenically yoked with it. And at April 1st every year, St. Stupid's Day, we march through San Francisco, police permit or not. I also drew another one called The Collector, about what happens to one who collects chick tracts too nicely. And that is produced by Monster Wax in Florida, the curator of Czech tracks. But you mentioned the book of the subgenius. Did you ever see Revelation X, the Bob
Yes,
Apocalypse?
I own that and High Weirdness and Three
Good.
Fisted Tales
Three
about.
Fisted Tales, great. Three
Yep.
Fisted Tales is good.
Yeah, fantastic stuff.
Good spectrum of stuff. Well, now let me ask if you've ever managed to find the Subgenius comic book, which is an extraordinary rarity.
No.
Favorite comics.
Yep, I would like to find that. I think the rarest thing I found was an actual bookstore poster for the Book of the Subgenius that had the original cover on it.
McGraw Hill.
Yeah, with the
Nice thing about that is they do textbooks.
yes.
And our book. But then we had to go to Simon and Schuster for one reason or another. That was also my publisher because it engulfed the publisher of my own books. But the comic book, Bob's Favorite Comics, was produced by Ripoff Press. It was a small size run, and the entire run was stored in Oakland, California, next to an illegal Chinese fireworks factory, which exploded and burned almost every copy. So there are a few copies floating around, and
that's got to be rare.
You can get them on the internet. It's got lots of comics by me and others, including the life-changing, shattering story Care Dog Meets P-Bear, which is not for the faint of heart. But I recommend, as a quest, try to get a hold of this damn comic book. Because it will repay your search.
And I would also be interested in those Jack Chick like tracks that you were showing, because I learned through I found one that was made by Daniel Close. And
it's wonderful. It's one of the best parody tracks ever. It's called Devil Doll.
Devil Doll. Yeah, it's fantastic. And
it's
that
a great parody.
Weird rabbit hole to where I've learned that there are a lot of artists out there and culture jammers that are putting these out there as well, but they're super hard to find, and there's not a lot of information about it out there. But there are people that are producing these to kind of counteract the Jack Chick comics. And after I saw your interview on that, I figured you would be the guy to ask about that, because
are you familiar
I can't find them anywhere.
The movie God's Cartoonist, it's all about Jack Chick.
No, I'll look that up.
I appear in that and make a terrible mistake when I'm quoting the Bible, but I'm in it. There are also books. There's a book by Bob Fowler which details every Jack Chick tract up to date of the various editions and so forth. This is for completists only. And there's another book. I did covers for all of these books and illustrations for them, but the books are as dull as ditch water because they're interesting to people who want to, well, here's the oversized copy of The Beast. How much is it worth compared to the normal sized copy of The Beast? But I have a pretty comprehensive collection of those things. The movie goes into Jack and some of the weirdos that hang around him or used to hang around him, all of whom became characters in Chick tracts themselves. And our own Kurt Kirsteiner, Papa Joe Mama, went to Chino, California, and with his Republican credentials was able to meet Jack Chick, go to the war room where these comics are planned, and he tried to get Jack to do an anti-subgenius comic, which would be so good for us. But Jack said, well, I'll pray on it, which probably meant not in this life.
Yeah, no.
But anyway, Kurt himself is represented in one of these comics. Don't ask me which one. But they're fun to collect, especially since Chick appears to be a believer in all the gods. He believes in Shiva, and he believes in everyone, but they are demons and not gods. They're falsely tempting man. And he says, and this actually happened on July 25th, 1974. The god Siva turned into a huge tiger and sliced up all these children. He believes it at all, and he illustrates it. So it's similar to John Milton, the English poet, in his poem On the Morning of Christ's Nativity, the hymn. There's a long list of all the gods that were driven away by baby Jesus, and they become demons, and they fly to the infernal jail. The last to go are all the fairies, and then there's only that damn brat in Bethlehem. But a marvelous poem it is, listing all of the gods in a very lyrical style.
Awesome. People see it, but I want to stand there and watch them look at it. So I don't tear any pages or anything on it. It was I just bought an 8-ball comic and it fell out, and I thought, wait a minute, how do these guys get one of these into the, comic?
It looks like
and
one.
then I read it and I was like, oh my God, this is an instant classic. That's great.
Daniel Close was just here. We had an Underground Comics art show, and the Cheap Suit Serenaders played. When Daniel first encountered Chick tracts, he took some acid and he sat up reading them on his bed all night, and by the end of the night he was converted. It took him a long time to come.
Yeah, sure.
And then the result was he produced Devil Doll, which is a good comment on the whole thing. Also, Charles Burns has dipped his wick in the Chick stuff and produced beautiful images.
That was the spirit of my question. It was like, if anyone would know about the underground of the Jack Chick tracks that weren't by Jack Chick.
They're parody tracks. Now,
yeah. That's the word I'm looking for. Parody tracks, and they're floating around out there.
Yes, you have to advertise for them. Are you familiar with a publication called The Imp?
The Imp? No, I can be.
The Imp is a little handbook-sized thing, and it covers obscure and unusual comics. And the second one was devoted to Jack Chick, and it's an analysis and a history and everything. And it gets some things wrong. I mean, it had to guess, but still, it's very incisive. The third one is about vulgar, oversexed Mexican comics.
Yes.
The first one, I forget what it's about, but if you do a search for The Imp, maybe plus Chick, you'll see it. I think it has a cover by Close.
Okay.
And this should be of great interest to you. So I'm recommending you look up God's Cartoonist, the movie about Jack Chick, the various books from Last Gasp, they all have similar names. About Chick, the world of Chick. Somewhere in this pile next to me, I have a copy of the cover, but if I were to pull it out, there would be a disastrous collapse of books and paper. I don't know where it is exactly, but there is more than one. And then
and God's Cartoonist. I'm jotting these down on my phone.
God's Cartoonist. So, just these search words ought to get you there. But The Imp is great reading and fun. The Imp is a great coverage of Chick's world. Are you familiar with the larger full-color comics that he put out?
No.
Well, he did, and they're called the Crusaders series. And what you've got in them is they're these two muscle men. The guy who drew them, Fred Carter, I think was pretty gay, and of course he had to suppress that. He's this black guy who was the realistic artist of the Chick group, and he drew all the ones with the realistically depicted figures and so on. He can't seem to resist putting everybody in 70s couture in bell-bottom pants. At any rate, Fred Carter drew. No, what was I going to say? Oh, he drew the Crusaders series. So there's a big muscle guy who always takes off his shirt, who's blonde, and a big muscle guy who always takes off his shirt, who's black. And they work for this businessman guy. And every now and then they get a call from the Lord. And they go and they say, Mr. Smith, or whatever his name is, we've got to go on another one of our expeditions. I know, you know how it is with us. We've received the call. I hope our jobs will be waiting for us when we get back. Sure thing. Go ahead. And so they go off to Turkey to discover Noah's Ark or something. They're always whipping off their shirts and posing muscularly. And some of these are good in the storytelling tradition. Others just dwindle off into rants, and the pages lose their panels and become long columns of imprecations and so forth. The anti-evolution one, they're anti-everything, of course. So you can collect those. They are full-color comic books of Chick nastiness, all drawn by Fred Carter, but informed by the Chick worldview. But we're sub-geniuses, and we only incorporate it in our universal syncretism of religion. We don't consider Chick to be demonic. We simply consider ourselves to be on a different, more progressive level.
All he had to do was pay up. That's it.
Well, that's a simple transaction. It's promoting your life. It might be compared to the Catholic doctrine of in articulo mortis, which the Southern Baptists that Chick represents also believe in, where you can sin all you want, wound, hurt thousands of people, wreck everything, and then if at the last minute you bow and kowtow to Jesus or whatever, then you are saved and sent into heaven. And the Catholics thought that no matter how much you sinned, if you made a deathbed confession, well, you'd have to do some time in purgatory, but you get there. Now, there's a Chick comic book where this woman she dies, and she's a Christian, and she's taken by an angel. Why do these angels seem to have haircuts like country musicians with long sideburns? Anyway, the angel takes her up to heaven and says, here you are, your eternal mansion in heaven. Well, excuse me, but this doesn't have any windows. It's like a garage, I thought it was going to be a mansion. Well, it was going to be, but you didn't tell people about our Savior, and you could have saved many. So now you're going to be living in the slums of heaven, without any windows, in a garage forever. That I thought was kind of funny.
Right.
Another one is similar, but it's gone out of my mind. So there you go.
There was a episode of The Twilight Zone where a gentleman he was a robber, and the beginning of the show starts out with him holding someone up, and he gets shot in the course of this robbery, and next thing you know, a portly bearded gentleman,
in a white suit.
Brings him in, and says,
he can have anything he wants. He can have the girls, he can have the booze, he can have the food. And after about 48 hours, I'm kind of getting tired of this. Maybe I should go to the other place. You fool, this is the other place. Because if you can't live with yourself, hell accompanies you.
Right.
If you can, then you can get to heaven. But if you want everybody else to do everything, you're the plaything of these forces.
No matter where you go, there you are.
Yes, that's the truth, Professor Goffman.
Bonsai.
Yes, that's true.
You
but
do
I
like
see a
to put us
fourth
on that,
face
yes.
here at the top.
Reverend Ivan Stang, we got in touch with him kind of at the last minute and asked him to pop in to say hello to everybody.
Oh,
So,
wonderful.
we figured,
There
we
he is,
figured
the
we'd
sacred
make the
scribe.
real X Day and get Reverend Stang here to say hello too.
Yes, thank you, Reverend Stang, for joining us. This is
Yeah,
a
so
delight
cool.
and a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Well, I didn't have
And on,
much else to do today now, did I?
and on
Well,
such short notice.
A relaxing X day at home.
Oh, there's a YouTube video of Princess We and I at 7 a.m. this morning, all excited and then crying. But yeah, I just put it up on my channel a minute ago.
Once
Well,
again,
that
we
would
find
reassure the
ourselves.
faithful.
We were out among the faithful. There were 2 other sub-geniuses that joined me online this morning for coffee, and we all commiserated.
I have yet to have mine. The coffee, that is.
Oh.
But
We can
maybe,
commiserate anytime.
I went
maybe-
out this morning to shout at the heavens, of course, and to document the preceding effects, but I ran into my neighbor, and this turned into an extended, X Day 1998, the UFO sex cult, and he excused himself as quickly as possible. I don't think I'll be seeing him
That's a good way to get rid of him.
We considered going to the town square or the park with our dogs to await the saucers, but it occurred to me that first off, I wanted to be carrying a beer and a gun at the time, and that might not be cool. Plus, traditionally at 7 a.m. at the end of the countdown, 3, 2, 1, fuck them if they can't take a joke. And there probably wouldn't have been anybody around.
What did you say in front of my kids?
Well, the funny thing is, they'll say fuck Joe Biden in front of their kids.
Yes, of course.
Not blinking. I actually never wear offensive T-shirts. In fact, I just had all of my offensive T-shirts turned into a quilt.
Yep, that's the way to do it. That's what I did too.
The offensive T-shirt.
I've got
quilt.
5 quilts now made of Subgenius and related T-shirts. There's one quilt that's all rival cults that are our friends, like Saint Stupid cult and the Merry Pranksters. I actually got that direct from Ken Kesey and Ken Babs.
I mentioned
Want to show off the Devos, of course.
And Ken Kesey once came to that Saint Stupid event back in the day. I introduced him when he was making his speech. But we've been doing it for more than 41 years. That's a lot of marching around under Saint Stupid.
Did it start in 1980?
I guess so. And he's been arrested at least once for doing it. But in recent years, we just don't ask for a permit at all. And the police still help us. And because we're not legal, we can do all the things which we couldn't do while we were legal. The Catholic diocese did not like us going to Washington Square Park in San Francisco in front of their cathedral because we were blasphemers and mockers of religion. So we were shunted off to a concrete pit called Joe DiMaggio Playground with no vegetation or shade. But in these last 2 years, we're not legal anyway. So we go right into that park and we pull up the doggy diner heads on their float right in front of the cathedral, and nothing can be done.
Well, it's funny. One time we lost our venue in Boston because of Papa Joe Mama's little prank with
Right. But there was a
it was the Baptist church in Boston that offered us their building as a venue.
Well,
now,
that's a little bit
Baptist in Boston are the opposite of the ones here.
A little bit of real Christianity leaking around the edges helped you out there.
Right.
Well, then they got a bomb threat, and we had to do it on the steps of the church.
Illuminated by
then the police showed up. A lot of police showed up with a paddy wagon. And that was when Dr. Legume walked over to the cop and said, "Do these people look dangerous to you?" You know, a crowd of nerds, subgeniuses.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Legume might look slightly dangerous, but he's the one talking to the cops.
Yes.
And by the time he was finished, he and I were finished explaining things to him. They provided light and bullhorns for us. And they were on our side. When they found out we had been canceled by the PC mayor, it turned out. That was the way they saw it, or the way Legume explained it. So you never know. I understand you guys in Prague lost your venue. Was that because
that was a small thing though. I rented a place for bands to practice at, and the problem was the guy called me back and he's like, "Hey, I'm sorry, but y'all are the only people here on Saturday night, and I can't afford to pay all these people to have you here." They had a pub there and stuff, you know. It's like, yeah,
now that's a surprise.
Yeah. So no conspiracy there, just simple simple economics for the guy. So he was very apologetic. He offered another place, but it was kind of out in the middle of nowhere. I was like, okay, well, we'll just do it at my house tonight then. That's fine, so, or tomorrow night. So
which turned into
your English is really good for a Czech. You sound
I'm not Czech, I'm American.
Yeah.
With a checkered past.
It's like you're from the Midwest or someplace.
Yeah, no, I'm American. Yeah, I'm from Louisiana originally, but my parents are from up north, so I got their horrible accent. But
the sacred scribe number 274 is here.
The luminaries of the church just continue to arrive. Welcome,
that was
Onan Canobite is with us.
That was a surprise to us too.
Cool. I didn't see people.
Good to see you, man.
I leaked the link.
Hail and happy Xday.
You're a linker.
Yeah, Richard Linklater was the movie director who said nice things about it.
Oh, that's true.
Linklater.
Linklater.
Oh, I thought it was Linklater. Oh well.
He leaked
our link.
He was the son of Link Fryer.
Okay.
The ghosts behind Onan.
Onan, you have the ghost of
Bob.
A
ghost?
Well, did you succeed in killing Bob?
And there's a skeleton behind pressure.
Oh, right. But I don't know if it's because I ran a call.
We'll be fine.
I have a quick tech question. Sorry to shift gears on this, but Zoom keeps telling me that at 40 minutes we have to stop the call. But I don't know if I'm hosting a meeting or if I'm joined to one.
I think it's fine. The one you're joined to.
Hosting the meeting.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see.
It shouldn't be.
If they're paying for it, then it's not 40 minutes.
This is a commercial account.
We've got 50
minutes.
So
we paid to be here.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Paid to be here twice.
But
the robot
will do what Zoom will do.
I just downloaded it yesterday, so I don't use Zoom that much. We had set up a Twitch stream earlier, and we were streaming out on Twitch, but I had some technical issues. I couldn't do that. And
we use Twitch, or rather, Zoom through Twitch. I suppose I shouldn't even be discussing it. It's precious.
That's exactly what we do. We Zoom or Twitch only has one camera, and Zoom has multiple cameras. So we just break this out and we feed it through OBS into Zoom.
Yeah, that's what I was using, OBS.
OBS is the shiznits.
That's a great program. Very, very clever. I wish we had that back in the day when I was webcasting, because we had to design our own software to do multiple feeds.
It's we did the first couple of shows strictly on Zoom, and the audience can see all the levers getting pulled. There's no subtlety to it. The moment we switch to OBS. Yeah, the moment we switched to OBS, it just smoothed right out. It's beautiful. Nice software.
Your message must be palatable and digestible, and not have a bunch of inane obstacles in front of it.
Is that the microphone?
No, what's happening? It's
we've lost the camera.
Strange.
It fell over.
Oh no!
Yes.
Goddamn drunken cameras.
Good.
All right. I can't tell how we look. There you go.
You look fine. You look hale,
Thank
hearty,
you.
and
Thank
healthy
you.
for
I
Xday.
work really
Yeah.
hard on my appearances.
Oh, my head hurts. No.
Yeah, I went to the beer spa yesterday in Prague. It was fantastic.
Yum.
We sit in bubbling beer.
Oh,
Really?
that sounds delightful.
Yeah. They pour hops and malt into your hot tub. You're in this wooden hot tub, and it's just like this is like an exercise in slack I hadn't previously unlocked until now. It's something I've had in my mind for decades. When I learned about
really
they have
react
beer
to it
spas.
very well, but aren't you breathing those alcohol fumes?
No, so in the tub they just put the malt and the hops, so it hasn't been turned into alcohol yet. So it just it smells like when you're cooking your own beer.
I was just in a sauna with my friend Robin, and the heat was too much for me. I actually got a heat rash from
Yeah, saunas can really cook you. They had a sauna in there. I didn't use it though. I was all about sitting in the beer, and then they gave us some beer at the end. It was
Griffin. All right.
Oh, a pretty.
When I get out of that tub, it'll be fermenting.
I'm gonna need to get the info on this beer spa. This sounds wonderful. Next time I'm in Prague.
Yeah, they have them all over.
That's yeah.
It's
and
a
what's the advantage to you? Does it help your skin or something?
Yes, it does. The two of us were remarking last night that our skin feels wonderfully soft after this.
Oh, good.
And they
and
tout it
also they bottle that beer afterwards and sell it. That premium.
Yeah,
right. They give us some beer to take away. And,
the Czech Pilsner, the famous Czech Pilsner.
Just as long as it doesn't render your skin exceptionally delicious to mosquitoes and blood-drinking creatures. Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, the mosquitoes have been feasting on me tonight. They're gonna.
They like me a lot.
Yeah, I have sweet blood, as my grandmother would say.
Well, if your blood has sugar and lipids, fats in it, insects will fight each other to get to bite you.
And the CO2 that you produce attracts them. They can smell it. It's almost like gravy cooking in the kitchen for them. It's like
that's how they locate you, and then they may bite you around the mouth and eyes and so forth.
The ankles is a favorite spot because there's no hair. I've done my anti-mosquito research. I've learned that scientists know how to completely eradicate mosquitoes from Earth, and they're going up against animal groups that say this would harm our ecosystem in ways we can't imagine. And I don't know. I'm on.
In addition to Republicans who don't want to spend money on it.
They can.
An interesting book on the topic is called "Life Lessons from a Parasite," which is a discussion of parasitism and how all creatures more or less have them, tiny micro worms and so on, and it keeps digressing into intellectual parasitism is going on in America with these know-nothings and Trump and so forth. The book veers into these paragraphs, so it certainly keeps you awake while you're reading it.
What's that called again?
Life Lessons from a Parasite.
Life Lessons.
It's not in this room, so I can't hold it up.
Right. No, I will look
the
that up.
The author is I'm a Tick.
Forward by Luke.
I forget the author's name, but he's an actual scientist. I mean, he gets into the details, the microscopy, the how things are transmitted and how things are completely unknown and have never been figured out.
Another a book that I felt kind of goes tangent to my believings of subgenius and the way I want to live my life. I read a book. What was his name? It was called "Extraordinary Popular Delusions and the Madness of Crowds"
by Reisman. Isn't that right?
Or I believe so. Or Charles McKay.
Oh, McKay. Okay. Well,
yeah. And
called "Rumor, Fear, and the Madness of Crowds."
It was interesting. It was pretty extensive, and it starts way back, like in potato famine times, around how people would pass info to each other and change, and then it goes into money markets, how money markets can spark fear and disinformation, and it was written like 1930s. It was a very good book, but it just shows how that through word of mouth, you can really influence everything around you.
Yes, just realized that's wrong. It isn't Reisman. Anyway, anyway, he wrote a book called The Lonely Crowd, which is of some interest.
The Lonely
So, yeah, did you ever read the children's book Tootle?
No.
Tootle?
Maybe. I don't remember.
It's about a little train with a face on the front. You know, I mean, that before this whole British thing about the trains with faces on the front. Tootle was a train who wanted to grow up to become a super liner train, but he did like to get off the tracks and frolic in the fields with the butterflies and so on. And eventually, this was curtailed in him. And Reisman said, this book is the worst piece of propaganda ever to give children. It's because Tootle learns to stay on the rails no matter what. You know, always stop for a red flag waving. You know, all these rules which he does grow up into be the huge super liner train that the small switch engines whisper and murmur about. But
that's the more troubling part of that to me. I'm not the conformism is not the problem here.
Well, it's a little golden book. It's very famous, and a huge part of Reisman's book is attacking this book and saying this is what people have to contend with. America, constant propaganda to make you conform and fit the role that other people have assigned you to. Of course, if you're a locomotive, you probably shouldn't be off the track.
Frolicking in the field.
With the butterflies.
Butterflies.
They find floating butterflies in the soup in the dining car and so on. They know what he's been up to. Well, any more questions here or subgenius related matters?
The showing of Sandy's documentary here in Knoxville, Tennessee, went swimmingly. The theater.
Tell us about that, please.
Yes, the theater held about 88 people, and about half the seats were filled. So that was very good. The theater said that they had a large amount of advanced sales for their small theater, which was great.
Nice.
I said just came crawling out of the woodwork.
Yeah. Some of my old subgenius buddies that have been here all along came. Many new ones that I'd never met who have also been here for quite some time.
Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's wonderful.
And one of them, Reverend Gina Tonic, is formerly of the Bay Area, was a participant in the Saint Stupid Parade, and also went to Burning Man a time or two. So
I'm going.
There's the connection right there. The laughs where the laughs were supposed to be, and tears where the tears were supposed to be, and the theater company, the theater itself was very cooperative. So it went swimmingly, and I hope to do more of that very same thing in the future.
And you met our Dr. Billy.
Yes, and I got to commune with the very Dr. Billy, who is a grand fellow and a good egg.
The band leader on the Ask Dr. Al show, the home edition.
Yes.
Musical sleuth.
Yes. Does anyone know how we could see it? Is what I'm edging.
Oh, is that it's on YouTube? Is it not?
The Sandy's film, Sandy Boone's film, is online, and you can read. You can read all the places where it is online and where it's been online at dobstown.org/film. That's dobstown.org/film. And Sandy's contract with the distribution company ended in April. So she is now free to decide for herself where it is shown, and she seems quite agreeable to suggestion.
She traveled around the world promoting this film. She went to other continents.
Yes.
I watched it on YouTube.
That's fabulous.
Yes.
Any chance of bringing it to the Los Angeles area? Could you be persuaded?
I'd be pleased as punch to do that very thing.
So many good cinemas for that in LA.
Yeah.
Yes.
Down in Beverly Hills area.
Yeah.
Yes. It went well. I don't think anybody videoed my sermon before, but I did audio record it, and I think a few people took photos, but as per tradition, no one has sent them to me yet, with one exception. My very father, Progenitor C, was there, and he took a photo, and he sent me his photo. So I have that one. Yes, my dad saw that film and had so many questions afterwards.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was good.
How'd your dad like it?
He did like it. He wasn't upset by any of it. He thought the funny parts were funny. He watched it again later on with captions that helped him understand parts of it. He had a few questions, that parts that didn't make sense, and he had a few things where I had said something, said, "Where'd you hear that?"
Could you explain it?
Dad, I made it up. I made that one up myself. That's one of my lines. I'm a smart sub-genius sometimes too. But yeah, it went really well. And then afterwards, about a dozen of us went to a restaurant that was up the street and hung out for a while. That was also good.
Nice.
I gave out mind control packets for people to take home with some information in them on how to keep in touch. And also everybody got a Dobbs head stamp, so they received the mark before they could come in. Yeah.
Very important.
How many people went straight to a tattoo parlor and had it made permanent? Now that's when you know devotion.
That's right. That's right. Especially the woman that got it right here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be the one to go and do it too.
Nana, I had not actually heard those sorts of details.
I've been saving it because I'm going to publish it in the Dobbstown Mirror.
Good.
But these Hall of Elects that stand before me, I submit my report.
We have pictures.
Wonderful to see you.
Yeah, very good. Well, sounds like a proper, real old-timey devival. That sounds
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, we
Without all that goddamn noise and the yelling.
Well, the one difference is, since I did all the work for it, I didn't have any friends to lose. I didn't have any arguments afterwards.
You have to make some so you can lose them at Devival.
We haven't had a good whatchamacallit breakup.
Are we talking about butthurt season? Which one?
Yes, we totally butthurt season went by with nobody like left with their scrotums in slings this year.
So you have to put the volatile folks together for there to be a reaction back and forth, and as long as they're safely separated by their various screens, they can only rage impotently from a distance.
Well, actually, I think everybody's like old enough now that we figured out how to not talk to each other. So there's no communication going on whatsoever.
I'm okay, thank you.
Like, you just do your thing, man. I don't care.
In 2016, I broke a rule that was set by an underling subgenius because it was such a stupid rule. And that got rid of almost all the easily triggered, sensitive people. They had to form their own new church of the kid glove. Remember? The bear gate, we call it.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not post anything about bears, because the rape bears thing isn't funny. It never was funny. And
funny.
What does
you saw my piece on that.
When told not to post anything about bears?
Everybody made bear art.
Do a quick search for every JPEG or GIF with the word bear in the title. And they were all very cute, and I posted all of them. And the church lost about 5,000 pounds of body weight in one day.
Did you post Pantiara's? Pantiara's depiction of herself being violated by a bear.
You
Oh
know,
well, it is cute. I mean, the way she drew it, but the thing is, uh, she was certainly not on the anti side, but on the pro side, as this drawing proves.
Well, anyway,
Heaven's
we lost
heart,
a whole bunch
sister.
of people who were, I guess they thought we some of us weren't woke enough. The thing is, I've been woke since long, long, long before that was a word, and I just I that they were the ones that had the problem. I
It
had to
just
tell them,
means you're
it's like if you don't like
aware.
it, then go somewhere else and start your own stupid cult. It's not that hard.
Well, Reverend Stang, I've encountered many people that like set traps and they wait for you to say something that does not fall within the current realm of correct thinking, and all of a sudden they'll snap the trap on you, and in public they will dress you down to
Yes.
tell you
Yeah,
how.
I've seen that happen. It's
But they this is their only method of social interaction, the poor things, to attack people and to elevate themselves.
Hmm.
But I thought woke was just, trying to show a little respect and a little consciousness that people are mistreated, and critical race theory is quite true. Racism is certainly interwoven through America, through books I've read, through many cartoons that I've seen, which are nonetheless funny, but it's not my ox being gored, and all elements of popular culture. So there, so what? What's the harm in acknowledging this? Instead of trying to erase history. Fortunately, we're creating subgenius history.
Yes.
Thank Bob.
And then instantly forgetting it.
Yes.
Because we're dropped out of our minds.
But anything that a subgenius says automatically becomes part of subgenius doctrine.
If it's recorded or written down or remembered.
Right. But that's in the first book, of course.
Or you can understand it through the slurring.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
There's been a lot of wise things said in the Church of the Subgenius by slurring prophets.
William Blake said, everything that is possible to be believed is an image of truth.
Wow.
You
Now,
think
speaking
that-
Well,
of
if he said so, then by golly, it must be right.
Speaking of profound truths, I heard somebody on the Prague side, I think Reverend Griffin, did you have a question?
I just thought we had a question to get back on track, but not like them trains with the horrific faces. I do not want to think of a train with a face on him. Or
that came later after the book that came out in the 1950s. Oh, and now, of course, my subconscious mind gives me the name of it, Thomas the Tank Engine. This is a separate thing, but Tootle was a similar design with anthropomorphic humanoid face on the front of the boiler, just above the cowcatcher and between the pistons.
Hey Goff, can we do an anthropomorphic animation called Bruce the Sex Toy?
What's your budget?
Museum in
Not the falling.
We don't have a budget. Did you forget who you're talking to?
So it falls to me, the animation director, of course.
It's right. I'm just saying, can it be done?
It can.
I know another
short answer, yes.
Can you be inspired enough to do it for free?
Yeah, often I am.
Not a porn movie, right?
That story, The Little Engine That Could.
Yeah, that's another story, contemporary, actually a little earlier than Tootle. Came out in the 1930s, and it makes a cameo appearance in Dumbo, Walt Disney's cartoon, as an anthropomorphic loco named Casey Jr.
Indeed.
That story of The Little Engine That Could, decades after it came out, someone wanted to know more about the author of that story. It's attributed to Waddy Piper. Waddy Piper was the in-house name for many authors at that publishing house. There was no particular Waddy Piper. But they found the particular author of that, and he said he had heard it from a traveling preacher, a traveling tent revivalist preacher.
God, some honker and shouter made up,
Right.
into
And
kids'
they
books.
tracked that guy down, and he said he didn't remember where he heard it, but he had also heard it. So it is a story with no particular origin.
Huh. Well,
Maybe it was you.
amazing. Well, I've always wondered who writes the children's playground songs that I heard as a child, some of which are clever, many of which are obscene, but the kids know them and they jump rope and they chant these things. Where do they come from? Who created them?
It is the last oral culture on earth.
Yes, truly, it is folk wisdom.
Because kids can't read yet, so they learn it from each other or from Waum.
Do you remember all that stuff? In comes the doctor, in comes the nurse, in comes the lady with the alligator purse.
That's a high school age.
Johnny Pucker Fest.
No, that was third grade for me. I went to Catholic school.
Oh, that explains it.
Catholic school children.
Sorry. Very famous Catholic school mantra. Get your question in there still.
Say no more.
So we'll get it.
Yeah, Griffin still has a question, please.
Just thought
Yes.
I was making a question up.
Yeah, okay.
Now I'm confused, and now that train story went on the wrong track, and we
Yes, I know.
question time.
Sorry about that.
The book of the subgenius says, act like a normal and they'll treat you as well as them. So you act like a normal and you wear a suit and tie. But you act like a normal and wear this skin to fit in society. You act like a normal to wear these clothes. You can act like a normal and wear a fursuit as a giant fox. But what is being a normal subgenius?
Act like a dumb shit and they'll treat you like an equal.
Yes, it's my mantra. It's got
Normal subgenius has to be some statistical creature that doesn't actually exist, but is a mathematical figure. In the U.S., the average man and average wife have 2.5 children.
A person could purchase the title of most normal subgenius by outbidding all the other contenders for that title.
Let's not do that.
Go set up that Patreon right now. No, don't listen to Stang.
That's right. We're gonna have a Patreon account.
Independently set up a Patreon for this
I'd
cause.
lose my
We'll all
title
take
real
donations.
fast.
So wait, we have to
Yes.
only pay $50, and then we can make something on top of that.
Yeah.
Well,
One
it
hand
could
hits
be-
the other. See which one gets filled up first.
It's measuring a negative, the most normal subgenius. It should be who's the most subgenius subgenius?
Janer.
That's also me.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, he's disqualified, except in the Church of the Subgener, which you may remember that Nenslow started, where everyone in the world is a member except Janer, and everyone is to be addressed as Sergeant or Sarge, for he would be unable to call himself Sergeant Janer Hypergleets, but we can all call each other Sarge. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that Nenslow.
Well, you mentioned Nenslow. He could
Listening
be
and
base
judging
zero.
all the time. He's judging.
Yeah. That's right, Nenslow. That's an extremely good answer.
He could be base zero, Nenslow.
Well, he is king of all anarchists.
He denies that he ever had anything to do with the Church of the Subgenius, despite the fact that in print, in R. Crumb's Weirdo magazine, he has several subgenius pages which cannot be effaced or eradicated.
Take me off to space.
And he wrote that song.
Take me
Come down, you saucer man, and take me off to space.
off, you saucer man, and take me off to space.
We're trying to sing on Zoom. That's dangerous.
What, you can't sing on Zoom? What does it do?
Oh, it's
my God.
The row your boat effect. It just sort of echoes and yeah.
Right.
We sang row your boat on one of the diasporas just to see if it could be done. Oh my God, it was cacophonous. It was gorgeous. It was gorgiosity and cacophony.
That's awesome.
Oh, he's gorgeous. Oh, look
yeah,
at that.
That's a fun little guy.
Is he 3D printed?
I have another question, actually, please.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, like I have two kids, 11 and 13, and I would really love them to understand the wisdom of subgenius, but I don't know how to present it to them. Any thoughts there for a new generation? Like how can we frame it for them? And
Uh, Well, you should read pretty widely. It's an odd thing to start with the Church of the Subgenius, but I don't see any harm in it. Is there
Right.
anything they need to be protected from? No word they haven't heard already on the playground or somewhere. Of course, it's not up to me, I think the educator's task should be to irrigate deserts rather than to chop down jungles. The kids have to learn by whatever they can get, and we're not, instead of trying to make them stop doing one thing or another, just open it all up and if it stimulates a desire to know more, you can help, or you can give them other things that will
sure.
help
Yep.
them.
Yeah, thanks. Right.
I would also start with make a mental list of what's the worst possible thing you could do. And then go to like the second worst thing. And when you get really far down that list, you'll get close. So start with the worst possible thing.
Flo is the silent listener to everything. By the way, Nenslow suddenly got a X-Day hair up his butt and put several really nice pieces of art on Facebook.
Yes, he did.
There's one right there. Only it's partial. I don't know how to get the whole thing on the screen.
You'd have to do your screen sharing.
He's one of my favorites. Throughout the years, he's written some stuff that has been utterly brilliant, utterly wise.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to. They're recording it, so it's like
and pragmatic and in your face as it could possibly get sometimes.
He's also a good artist and has produced many paintings of a high quality.
Well, you've seen the quilt that he did for us, Reverend Stang.
Oh yeah. I was going to mention that.
That Dobbs head quilt.
That's really amazing. The best thing you didn't know it was a Dobbs head quilt until.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. It was we got it and we didn't see the pattern on it. We looked at it upside down and sideways, and we never backed up away from it and saw the Dobbs head resolve.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to be several yards away from it to recognize that it was a perfect Dobbs head.
We brought it to Xday.
That's another of Nenslow did that just this week.
Oh, fabulous. That's a good
says,
one.
He's amazing.
That's good.
The bottom of it.
But we brought to
he's real good with AI. He uses a lot of different AI programs, and if I know him, it's like me. He'll do 50 of them and pick the best one.
Are the horns there, Stang, on that particular image?
Horns?
The Yeti's horns.
No horns.
Critical mass.
Yeah.
Okay.
They might be subtly indicated by hair tracks, which is what I tried to do in my Yeti portrait.
Lights on there,
But I can't see it close enough to. It looks like it has two projections going up from between the brows.
Perhaps it is an immature Yeti. Perhaps the horns have not come in yet.
Perhaps the horns grow later. They're like the horns that were sculpted by Michelangelo on the statue of Moses, which have made some people uneasy and curious. They just file them off
That won't let me
at
talk.
an early age.
Like Hellboy.
Mm-hmm. Well, he has to file his down.
Sander, yeah.
Of course.
Well, Reverend Stang, the funny thing about that quilt was it was not noticed until an X-Day when we brought it along just because it was a quilt Nenslow made. We laid it across a picnic table, and St. Joyce and I were walking away, and someone said, "Where did you get the Dobbs quilt?" And we turned around, and all of a sudden it was like, wah, wah, wah. It was right there. It was like, Jesus Christ! So yeah, a bit of an X-Day miracle. Maybe it just arranged itself.
Oh.
What were you saying about horses with horns there a moment ago?
In the old Times Square by the astronomical clock tower, which I don't see how is an astronomical clock tower, given it's like 5,000 years old or something. There was a horse with devil's horns just being led around. I'm not sure if that was like in protest or just get people to ride it. I mean, I'd ride a horse with devil horns, but I don't think anyone else would.
Well, as long as he didn't get you when he tossed his head.
Yeah.
When he tossed his head back, you could get the
pony. Literally a pony.
Uh-huh.
You should get horns added to your head, man.
I should. I'll put horses.
Some human beings do grow horns. These are
I had one removed from right here. I really did.
Right, and some let them grow. People in carnival freak shows in the past have let them grow and curl and everything, and that was a big deal. But they are just like sebum. They're the outgrowth of keratin, and on some people, it takes all kinds to make a world.
Right, it's a surgical option too, I think. So have them deliberately implanted,
Indeed, yeah. I actually knew a guy that did that worked in the same tattoo shop as me.
Oh, there's some characters at Burning Man with their strange plastic surgery alterations and weird contact lenses that, startling to encounter.
I met a guy at Burning Man who was called Wolf Dick, and he was nude, and he was aptly named.
Was he
never seen anything like it? It looked like a cauliflower covered with metal rings.
Oh,
that's terrible.
Oh
my!
That much hardware becomes a hazard of its own.
How that fad got out of control.
Well, hats off to those people that make it permanent. So.
Yeah.
Imagine what foreplay is like.
We had a fella come through our shop when I was still piercing that had, gosh, how do I put this delicately? Had blown out his Prince Albert, and it was a gauged.
Yeah,
it was a zero gauge Prince Albert that had exited.
Oh man, worse than the choo-choo train this time.
Extremely.
You might want to put some Bactine on that.
Yeah, probably just slap a Band-Aid on it. You're fine. Walk it off.
I'm so glad that when I was young, all you had to do to be cool was not get a haircut. See,
that guy's cool. He's got sort of long hair.
That's all you had to do. If you get a job, you just get a haircut.
Yeah.
Slice up your wiener. Yeah, it's
I went back and forth many times.
I like baldness.
Yeah, bifurcation was always something that was an interesting process to me. The people that went through that bifurcation thing.
On their tongues or on other?
On their penis.
Oh yes, that's
Sterno had a neighbor, a Pobucker neighbor, and one day Sterno took that research book about body modification over there and showed him the split dick. He goes, "Why would somebody do a thing like this?"
Oh.
And
I thought I would.
Buster or whatever his name was said, "'Cause he's a dumbass."
That kind of eternal wisdom.
We've always, ever since then, I thought, well, that is a simple and probably accurate answer because he's a dumbass.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty straight to the point.
Yeah.
Gosh, I think I have that research book. I'm positive I do, actually. That's
The picture is stuck in my head. I know I've seen that picture.
Yeah.
I know I've seen. There was only one person who ever did it, and they recommended against it. They gave it 2 stars.
2 stars. That's
That's generous.
Like a pain float around
needed, huh?
No, I'm good. I was like,
you have to keep making appointments with that doctor.
Well, I don't think we can take those stitches out just yet.
you've got to suck them out. You've got to suck the stitches out.
Oh, don't worry. The feeling's going to come back in it. Don't worry. You're going to get all the feeling back.
I'm receiving several alerts that the city of Los Angeles is on fire presently.
What?
It is?
Oh, we've got wildfires again. It's that
Oh,
time.
No.
So,
Is it near Topanga Canyon?
It's kind of
We'll
up
get
near
rescued.
Lancaster, so not too close to Topanga this
All
time.
right, that's
so,
good.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I'm glad it wasn't involving ice this time.
Well,
there's
it
that.
may.
Yeah.
And, and Trump won't provide money for relief for it, so.
No,
there's a problem there.
free for all, everybody on your own.
Yeah. Oh, well, people there might be confused.
Every
It's a
man for
tech day
himself.
and everything's on fire. They might think it's actually started.
So perhaps the saucers are yet on their way.
They're hovering there, yes,
Yeah.
over Xday.
Dr. Hal, I will mention you suggested something from Earth versus the Flying Saucers. when
I
we
did.
last met, and I looked at it and I found a little piece that I thought was appropriate. So it's a small interstitial that I will show you.
Dr. Russell Marvin and his wife are riding in the car and they get buzz-bombed by a flying saucer. And then he stops the car, he gets out, he looks up into the sky, and that's where you have the shot of the saucer zooming away an infinite distance.
No, I grabbed the one where it busts the dome of the Capitol
Oh, well, yeah, that's a good one.
and explodes.
Yeah, right. Well, if only.
The present crisis has ended, but the new one has only just begun.
And do you think they'll ever come back? Not on such a beautiful day. So let's run into the water in our bathing suits and jump up and down. The end.
I was telling Tom last night after dinner that I just enjoyed a massive pickled sausage, and context is everything on that one. Right after I sent it, I thought, should I hit edit on that? No, I'll just let it ride.
No, you gotta say that with confidence.
Sausage.
Keep your mind out of the gutter.
A massive pickled sausage. It was tasty.
They do sausage really well there.
Yeah.
Well, question for the Prague contingent: how many of you are local there, and how many traveled in?
Well,
I'm local. This is my house, but
I relocated to Germany about 7 years ago. So coming
Where
out,
are you?
just a 6-hour drive. I came from San Diego before that, and I live in Kaiserslautern, Germany.
Wow.
By Ramstein Air Base.
How near to Berlin is that?
Oh, that's pretty far. That's about an 8-hour drive. It's from like opposite ends of the country. I'm right down by Luxembourg. Luxembourg's pretty close for me. Sometimes I use the Luxembourg airport to fly in and out of
Paris.
We have some real good subgenius friends in Leipzig.
Leipzig. Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
see, Shalene, who's sitting here next to us, she is moving to Leipzig next month.
Oh, really?
For those of you who escaped, we salute
Job
you.
teaching there. Yeah, she says a lot about Leipzig. And
Oh, that's cool.
so she's a good friend of mine. I bought her membership 5 years ago, and
that is a good friend.
yeah, so I've successfully melded her into the faction. And when we heard this was coming up, and Tom was talking about it, it was like, this is a no-brainer. Of course, we're gonna do it, and super fun. And Prague, I think, is just such an amazing place. It's my first time here, and I'm just blown away by it.
Oh, it's so
been
cool.
to the Alchemist Museum, the
Yes.
Sex Machines Museum, the Warhol.
Oh, did they do anything on teledildonics?
It was pretty interesting. That museum was pretty interesting. The lengths people will go through to get a nut. Yeah. And
Yep.
Boy, I've always wanted to go to the city. I wonder if I ever will
Oh,
get
it's absolutely
there.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's actually surprisingly affordable to visit. When my beloved life partner and I went, we stayed at a a little hotel that was attached to Prague Castle. It's actually built into the wall of the castle, and it's got beautiful stained glass and everything. And it was the cheapest hotel we found in Europe, I swear.
Wow.
But yeah. But yeah, we saw. Oh gosh, we went to the Carl Zeman Museum. We went to
Oh, wonderful.
there's all kinds of wonderful stuff. I was the only thing I would regret that I was not able to hook up with the crew of people that work with Jan Svankmajer.
Oh.
Fed and
Free
well
kitten.
taken care of.
Don't
Mhm.
worry about
Oh God, the kittens. Oh God.
Yes,
The
the
kittens. The
kittens.
Oh
kittens.
God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Sorry, only one to a customer.
I'm truly, I'm about to start cooking them.
Oh
Huh.
god.
You're always adopting strays.
Would anybody
Okay,
here like a
first
kitten?
off, Griffin, I'd like you to look around.
Yeah. Yeah, these people adopted me. It's different.
Let's see.
Adopted
See.
me.
We were going to get you neutered, but
It doesn't really work. I'm not trying to get anyone pregnant.
well, yeah, but we wanted you to stay home more.
I've only done Dallas, Fort Worth, Chicago, and Prague in the name of the church. The church has got me to travel the world, and I'm very proud of that.
That's true.
Yes, you are well traveled, subgenius.
Indeed.
All in the name of Bob.
Right.
Praise Bob.
Praise Bob.
Yes, praise Bob. I
Yeah.
put a Bob sticker in an alley in Amsterdam several years ago, and when I came back several years later, that same spot, the sticker was still there, and I was super proud of that. I didn't take it
We were in
Was it the same
Amsterdam, and we saw a Bob sticker very cleverly placed in a taxi sign, where it was the picture of the taxi on the taxi sign, and they stuck the Dobbs head in it. But it was obviously a subgenius that was on another subgenius's shoulders, because it was like 15 feet above the ground.
Oh,
A
Well,
roving
good.
gang
Down
of
in the
subgenii.
down this one particularly seedy alley where I just thought it would be the perfect place for this, because people that walk down here, they're going to see it. They're going to say, "Man, I'm amongst my people." You're here somewhere.
Do you come across any Toynbee tiles anymore in your travels? And do you know what they are?
No, I don't.
Ooh, look those up. It's a real interesting mystery. It's a rabbit hole. It's a good rabbit hole. Toynbee tiles.
Yeah, Toynbee.
Toynbee.
Tiles.
It's on here.
T-A-Y-N-B-B.
T-A-Y-N.
T-O.
Toy.
Like Arnold Toynbee.
N-B-E-E.
Toynbee tiles.
Yeah.
What?
Or you have to share with
Tiles, eh?
It's a whole mystery. It's a whole rabbit hole that goes around these Toynbee tiles. They started out in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Philadelphia was a born
All over the streets, and something about bringing back the dead. Stanley Kubrick's 2001.
Right.
It's this wild screed, but they became international. They're all over the place.
Oh wow.
This is a long time ago, though, so I think a lot of them have disappeared.
Although some recent ones have appeared that may be copycat efforts. Yeah.
That's exciting.
It is. It's a little unclear if they're from the original person who was never identified.
There was someone who did a lot of detective work and actually tracked down like a prime suspect for who it was. He had all the pieces.
And what was the purpose of that when he wanted to preserve his incognito?
He was a little crazy, and he was trying to get his message out. He really kind of believed it wasn't really an art project. This is how he was getting his message out into the world.
Now, a few years ago, somebody also claimed to have tracked down the person responsible for the Max Headroom broadcast intrusion incident.
No way.
Yes.
I read an interesting article about that where they thought it was an autistic kid and his brother that had done it.
Yes, that's the one. Yep.
Yeah, they had the necessary experience to do it, and
yeah.
The means and the particular inclination.
Yeah, I think I probably read that same thing, and it was fascinating because I don't want that one to be solved. I want that to
No,
go
I
down.
don't want that either. I want this to be a mystery forever. Let it be what it is. Just
Sure.
you know,
Yes.
upsetting, fleeting moment in time.
Once you pull back the curtain, right, the wizard isn't all that great.
That's
so
the thing, right?
Like crop circles.
right,
you
crop
know-
circles. Yeah.
Oh, no, actually, no, they are impressive, even if you know that a human is behind them. They're
Yeah.
very impressive.
These guys stepping on boards with the rope. These guys did a demonstration on how they could do it and how they could do it so quickly. And I was just kind of like, oh, okay, well, there goes that, I guess.
Reverend Stang, we had a Reverend Crop Circle years
Circle
ago.
Yeah, Reverend Circle Maker. I'm still in touch with him a little bit. Yeah, he came to Starwood and taught us how to make crop circles.
That's right.
That's cool.
He also taught us various things to look for in photographs of crop circles, where you can, if you know what to look for, you can clearly see the path that they went to the center of where the circle was going to be. You know, there's all kinds of giveaways on that stuff, and it's there's the reason that it's all straight lines and curves. They're plotted out on paper first, and then they're done using rope and boards,
Right.
according to an actual plan on graph paper. Usually, they wear night vision gear now. It's gotten to be. I haven't heard much about them lately. But I know that, boy, the believers get so mad if you talk about people making them. They just like, why are you trying to destroy the new age? Like, well, I know the guys that make those things. I'm a professional hoaxer, and so are they. And by the way, they told me to thank you, rich people, for taking so many nice photographs of their work from helicopters, which they could never afford. Most of them are there's a lot of meth in rural England and Wales, and that has a lot to do with the crop circle phenomenon. It's more meth than it is aliens.
It really does seem localized, right? Like you hear
Well,
most
you
of
can only do it on certain types of crops. It's mostly rape, actually. Right?
Okay.
You can't do it on just any old wheat field.
Right. Gotta be the way it breaks, I guess.
It doesn't lay down right.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's pretty amazing. I also know a guy who did a documentary about crop circles, and he was a believer. When I told him that, I said, "Yeah, I know some of the people who make those things," he just went berserk. And, I said, but it's common knowledge. These two old guys named Bob and Doug started it. That's a known thing. They first started making these little circles just for fun. And younger people decided, oh yeah, we could really expand on that, to the point where they got to where you started to see copies of photographs done on these wheat fields. You're only recognizable from above. So it's a really fun type of hoaxing and pranking. I guess you stay up real late at night, and it's exciting because the cops might find you.
Right.
It really pisses off the farmers,
Sure, their crop. Yeah, allowed their crop.
And, messes up their crops a little bit.
Yeah. It'd be
and plus, it's people are on my land. They didn't tell them to come here. I didn't sneaking around. These kids sneaking around on my land.
Reverend Stang, I think
pictures on my wheat field, my rape field.
Reverend Stang, I think the subgenius should take that idea of growing rape and make their own crops just so they can name it bear rape.
Right. Well, it's
7 years.
And then we finish everybody off. At that point, once we name it bear rape, everybody quits.
Bear AIDS.
That'll be a fitting end. The Church of the Subgenius exploded when they invented bear rape.
Some of us wouldn't mind.
It's not funny. It never was. It was so. I thought it was so when my first delivered that parable.
Well, it's
it
the
was,
ultimate shaggy dog.
A lot of us thought we were going to die laughing. You know, go to the hospital.
Literally.
It's never really repeated, but it didn't have to be. Everybody that heard it just say bear and would crack up. But it was legendary. But what is a subgenius to do when you're told not to even mention something?
If they can't take a joke.
Guess what?
Yeah.
The bright red shiny candy like button,
Exactly.
don't press it.
Yeah. Right.
I dare do.
That's the only way to get some subgeniuses to do things.
That's true.
Whenever I asked Doug Wellman for puzzling evidence for something specific, there's no way. But if I told him not to, instant satisfaction.
Don't fuck with that.
You got to be careful with that kind of thing. But he's not that puzzling, really.
The evidence so far.
What get-togethers are going on out in the States today?
Let's see. We had one in San Francisco. Reverend Xenofact had one with Agrajag and I believe a couple other people.
Cool.
Yeah.
The Rubik's Cube.
Yeah,
they had a secret one that actually attracted quite a few people. I know Reverend Fox and Cosmac from Time for the Show both went there, and who else? Tori.
Tori went. Okay, no kidding.
Nord.
Yeah.
Nice.
And take a look at that.
Oh, let me do it again.
So I've been seeing.
Hold it up near the eyeball there.
Oh, there we go. There's Xenofact and Agrajag, and I think
there they are.
There they are.
Is that from San Francisco?
Yeah, that's from San Francisco.
Oh, righteous. Cool.
See, this is a really poor way of sharing information, but yeah.
It works.
Nothing.
There are the other options, right?
Yeah, what are the other options? Find it yourselves?
Yeah.
And,
I saw the pictures.
I didn't think a year ago, I didn't think I'd ever be able to travel again. My back was so bad, but that's changed. I'm almost back to normal now.
Oh, that's
now I can wreck
wonderful.
my back again.
Yeah.
Doing Xdays.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure the pulpit is somewhere stored at Wisteria back in one of those trailers.
It is. When Princess Wee went last year, she and Pater Nostril managed to bring back a whole lot of stuff. She was moving the last of her mom's condo before she sold it, and she had rented a U-Haul pod thing, and filled it up with furniture from her mom's. We also got a whole lot of the stuff from Wisteria, almost everything, but not the pulpit. The pulpit was just too large, and that is still in the Ace or Rosen Comet storage bin there.
It doesn't come apart into.
Oh yeah, it does. It does, but it's really bulky. It takes up a lot of room. It would, you remember, take up so much room in the back of my van.
Sure.
They weren't able to pack it in.
Wasn't that supposed to be portable when it was first?
Well, that's the funny thing about it. When Ed Strange asked us what is the main feature we needed, it said it has to be portable so we take it on a plane. And he builds this massive, beautiful thing, but it was, anything but portable. In fact, you had to take it apart to move it. It was so heavy. Then it's still there. It's pretty beat up. The red velvet parts have gotten all scraped up over the years. It lasted a long time. You could stand on that thing. You could climb on top of it, stand on it. I never did, but some
That's
did.
one way to wreck your back.
Do a backflip off the pulpit.
Yeah, becoming a fossil collector was not good for my back either.
Good fossil.
Of course, you have to lie down or to prepare a fossil and bend over to see it, or contort yourself in some unseemly way.
Yeah, I've done enough of that.
I've got an
It's when you
interesting
don't
fossil.
mean to that it really hurts.
Anybody want to see a cool fossil? I can go.
Yes.
Yay! Is it pressure?
Oh yeah.
I'm going to pin
No,
you.
no. I'll be right back.
Cool fossil. Was she talking about me?
It could have been any one of us.
Go there. I would be respectful.
Now, perhaps somebody present can tell me exactly what this is, because I'm not sure. But I have here a tooth.
Oh my God!
Of some kind of a pachyderm tooth.
That's a plant eater, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say that looks like a mammoth tooth, but
I
it's
believe it
bigger
might
than
be.
Mastodon. Two teeth there are in the row.
Yeah, so it's the provenance of this is my grandfather was a rock hound and came up with some interesting fossils, and we were cleaning out his place, and this almost went in a Goodwill bin.
Oh my God!
And
awesome.
yeah, so now I have several of his fossil
Wow, that's
specimens.
great.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
It's pretty cool.
Was there any? Does it? I mean, what type of strata is it supposed to have come from?
That's the one thing I don't really know, even where it came from. It's probable it came from Wyoming, because that's about where sort of my grandfather and father were at that time when they would have been
Well, that
collecting
could
these
be
things.
a mammoth. I can't be sure about whether it's a mammoth or mastodon.
Yeah, but it's even got sort of a cool little, like, the spongy inner bone.
Oh, yeah.
Is visible.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Not that old.
Let's check for DNA.
Oh,
See if we can clone it.
There's a Colombian mammoth graveyard practically in Waco, Texas. That's just amazing.
Wow.
There's probably hundreds of them still to be unearthed. The cool thing about it is they're very delicate. They're not fossilized into rocks. If they get rained on, they'll practically dissolve. So they built first there was a tent over the excavation area, and now it's a big attraction. It's a national monument where you can walk on these walkways and look down at where they're carefully excavating these gigantic skeletons.
Wow.
It's been they're all piled up. There's camels and horses and other things there too. But people theorized that at first they thought it was a flood. Now they're thinking it was kind of a mass poisoning, like this was the last water around for a long time, and it was full of brain-eating amoebas and
Too
a lot of
alkaline.
animals ate it and died right there. There's plenty of mammoth and mastodon bones yet to be found. When there are excavations around here, recently somebody dug up a mass of mammoth bones right here in Glen Rose.
Oh my goodness!
Since you've got the dinosaur
I can conceivably come upon a mammoth bone. That place in Waco is not that far from where I am, but we're mostly known for Cretaceous, lower Cretaceous dinosaur and sea life.
And the Creationist Museum.
Yeah. Well, Matt, that place is such a gas.
We went there.
How did we go there with you? Yeah, we did. Sure, we did.
We went there. We looked at that huge Noah's Ark model, where, of 30 feet of Noah's Ark, you get to see into all the rooms where they kept the dinosaurs. And
well, now I'm
apparently there's some comical situation with an escaped snake going on.
I was gratified to see the guy who is behind that Creationist Museum, Carl Baugh. I saw him going into the post office recently, and I could tell that it really hurts him to walk. And that made me so happy. He has wrecked more dinosaur tracks, including some of ours, just pointlessly. And, so the giant man tracks, right? That's the claim to fame is they're huge Yeti and human tracks and the dinosaur tracks where first the dinosaur ran away from the tidal wave, and then the people ran across the dinosaur tracks. So
I can see them being
excited. They look oddly sculpted. They don't really look as beat up as real tracks normally look. It's funny.
I can see those tracks being formed. Hey, Fred.
Anyway,
Why are you walking
Dr.
in the
Paul's
mud?
he's in bad shape, man. That guy can barely walk.
Aren't some of those tracks supposed to have been made by a small theropod dinosaur walking on its hocks rather than its toes? I read that somewhere. Don't ask me where.
Just the EU shit. Oh man.
That there were vaguely foot-like tracks, but they're made by the hocks of a small theropod dinosaur, according to whatever.
Well, I mean, those tracks erode. Most are. I've got a whole big rock sheet down at our creek that is what I call ghost dinosaur tracks.
He's got a lot of dinosaur
now that
tracks on
they
his
were
property.
tracks, but they just have been eroded so much that now they just look like kind of regularly spaced depressions. But if
Yeah.
well, I got pretty used to seeing dinosaur tracks because we worked with the ones on our property, and I didn't originally. I was joking when I called them ghost dinosaur tracks at first, but now I believe that they're not the tracks of ghost dinosaurs. They're the ghosts of tracks. They're what's left over after the river has worn them way down.
Yes, when something's exposed, it's not going to be around for much longer.
No, I've got plaster casts of our three best tracks.
Well, there you go. And there were some in one of those museums that we visited.
But yeah, he broke one of ours before my father knew he was a fraud. He came down and got my brother to help him supposedly excavate one of the tracks for his museum. We didn't know. I mean, my dad did not know that the guy was lying about everything. At one point, but they'd finished pulling the track out and wrecking it. And my brother goes, "How old do you think these are?" And the guy goes, "Oh, about 5,000 years."
Yeah,
My
5,000.
brother was horrified because he realized right then what had happened. You know, that we'd been bamboozled. This guy was one of those nuts.
Yeah.
So he didn't take any more. Somebody else mapped those things back in the 1980s. I met that guy and saw his drawing and took him down to the tracks. And it's not a long enough bed of tracks to get excited over, really. It's just I like them because they're mine. I can believe it. I actually own dinosaur tracks. Co-own them with my brother and nephew.
Seen them. They're cool.
Yeah. Okay.
They're hard to get to. They're real hard to get to. There's some shitty ones right near the house, but I do mean shitty.
But you have the special brush popping vehicle that will take you to the location of the dinosaur track.
Yeah. If the weather's okay. We tried to take somebody down there fairly recently, and the Mutant Mountain Boys were here for.
Oh yes, right. They were there for
the eclipse.
Yeah, right.
And I tried to take him to the dinosaur tracks, but we almost got bogged down in mud, and we turned around and go back. And for that matter, they were probably underwater and not visible. You have to clear a lot of silt out of them. If they're in a working creek bed, even if it's dry, they're filled up with silt and clay and stuff.
That might end up preserving them again.
Well, when we made our casts, it took about a week for us to clean the area enough to see what was there, and it revealed a whole lot more tracks. There were the 3 or 4 deep, obvious ones that were really good, but then there were a lot of faint things that I realized by the way they were spaced, like that they were older or crappier tracks.
Do you think
names for each of the creatures that had been there? I decided there were 2 juvenile girl Acrocanthosaurus. I had names for them, Bertha and Agnes or something. They were met up with some boy teenage Acrocanthosauruses, and then Dad came along.
Oh.
There's one
Hey,
with big
Yes,
trap.
something but can never
yes.
Dun,
Have
dun.
you ever seen Werner Herzog's movie Dinotasia?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
got
that's
some good
insane.
things in it.
I haven't seen that.
Uh,
I've seen the
Well,
one where nuns.
Didn't we do a clip of
Right
that, Hal?
yeah, we showed the
Is that a
scene
clip
where
from it?
a sauropod dinosaur eats hallucinogenic mushrooms and
That's right.
has a bad trip as he's attacked by two smaller carnivorous dinosaurs.
But comes out on top.
Yeah, it works out somehow. It's one of those weird acid trips. And then later on, he's walking along with the herd and he sees those mushrooms and he looks at them. And then when he turns his head, he's spooked by seeing his own tail and he gives a little jump. And so he decides to leave the mushrooms alone.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, acid does that. Acid gives weird experiences.
Yeah,
It just
it seems believable. And you see him hit through tripping dino vision, what everything looks like while he undergoes this mushroom
One
experience.
of God's easier tricks.
I think
The beginning of the movie is great, where the theropod dinosaur is trying to sleep with its brood of chicks, but there's another one out shouting and making noise, and so eventually it gets up and it walks away, and then it comes back and it lies down with the chicks, and then the one that was making noise comes running by with no head.
uh-huh. Sounds like I gotta see this.
Yeah, it's a fun movie, definitely. All dinosaurs, no people, no talking, no cute characters.
Oh wow.
We talk, we're cute. Is there anything you want us to do in Europe? Since we're not.
Well, I
See, no one's ever asked you a question, Dr. Hal. What do you want to ask us?
Well, of course, I'm always anxious for people to follow what we're doing here. So if you can watch our show, which is free, then you can get some inkling. You might see things you hadn't seen before.
oh yes.
I have to do it in. No, this is Subgenius stuff is based on creations, on comics, on books. It's on paper. It's on pages. It's written. It's not all performative. It is recorded, and that becomes a part of the basis for it. And we like to find things which we think are relevant or possibly even seminal and show them on the show.
Wonderful. Yeah.
We're subgenius edutainment. That's frightening.
We've actually got content going in our show. It's not all attitude. So there is that. Anyway, then I would say, try watching that, because otherwise I see no other way of communicating besides the usual Subgenius channels. And by the way, I don't know, I'd be happy to send you these chick tracks and things, but we'd have to have an address exchange, and I don't know about the security of that, but there must be some way.
I'll figure out.
You can drop it to me in Discord, and I will pass it along to Dr. Hal.
Very good. Well, I'd be happy to send you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll do that.
All right, good.
That would be amazing. Thank you. Yeah, question. I've been on a quest to find this ever since I
Hold
saw
it to my attention.
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Hal, I have a question for you. Or can we still do these? Or
yeah, we're here.
Okay, thanks. I have a question because the Subgenius thing for me always seemed like a reaction to U.S. Religious culture in some way, right? And
it is prompted by that. All what you hear on the radio, what you would hear on the radio, the preachers who really got into it, and that's happening in the Latin community here now. Anyway, yeah.
Well, no, Philo and I both collected pamphlets and books from all the mystery schools, any religion, Hare Krishna, anything crazy and nutty. It was easier for us to imitate the radio preachers that we heard in Dallas,
right?
But we also tried to we robbed the graves of every religion that we could find, really.
Sure. Yeah, no, I was just wondering like how you felt subgenius would be with respect to Europe, right? Because it's a little bit different, right? You know, so have you guys ever thought about that, like how the subgenius works with respect to European culture and stuff?
Well, yeah, sure, of course.
Yeah.
Because there have been people joining the church, mostly in English-speaking countries. I mean, there's a lot of from Great Britain and the British Isles and Australia and New Zealand. But we've gotten a lot of members from Germany and the Scandinavian countries, but not from France or Spain.
Right.
We even had there was a French translation of Revelation X, both Parisian French and Canadian French, two different translations, and my agent tried like hell to sell it. Couldn't get a French publisher interested.
Right.
We've sold very few. We have very few members in France or
that you know of.
That we know of, right? I mean, people who've actually sent in their $30 or whatever.
Because I'll say this, in France, there are many comics fans, and comics are a big thing, and comics are also an international community. And such cartoonists as Bilal and whoever did the Astounding Adventures of Adele Blanc-Sec get multi-zillion dollar movies made of their work.
Yeah.
And
Jacques Tardy, yeah.
Tardy, yes, thank you. And they know about subgenius, so it is not impossible that there are some people who are following it for whatever reason.
Right.
We just don't hear from them much.
Yeah, Lady Teratoma comes to mind. She's
true.
of French persuasion.
Okay. Cool.
Although I think she's not Parisian. She's more.
I'm not sure from where she is.
Well, clearly we need to expand our range, and you could be a nucleus of that.
Well, so you have to start by breeding. You have to have lots of children.
Yeah.
Then you have to raise them in the faith. You have to bring them up. Then we have to come up with some kind of concept of heaven and hell to scare them, to keep them in the fold. At the same time, we also have to proselytize.
Well, with one significant difference, which is that we don't want to convert everybody. We only want to find the subgeniuses and make them aware. Those who are already subgeniuses need to be wakened, speaking of being woke.
Right.
Sleeper subgeniuses, as it were.
Sure. They know they're a subgenius even before they hear that there's such a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They formed the idea in their head long ago, and now they realize that there's other people who think the same
I knew it
way.
as soon as I heard Stang open his mouth.
I knew it the second I saw pamphlet 1. I had somebody hand me one on a job site, and they said, "You look like you could use this." And they were correct.
Just like passing out chick tracts.
Yeah.
A proven soul winner, every one.
I had intestinal distress and went into a bathroom in a college. I was there working on a copier. And I went into the bathroom, and as I was doing what I had to do, there was a matchbook cover, and on the matchbook cover was the face of Dobbs.
Oh, you just stare at that. I thought you were going to say there was a chick tract in there which occupied you. Those things are 24 pages long, and it's just about the right time to do a bowel movement. I think it may be designed.
Someone had done a matchbook cover. Stang, are you aware of any matchbooks that were done?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Well, that's probably one of the first subgenius literatures I ever saw. Was that matchbook cover, and it stuck with me. I remember it to this day. It struck me.
Did you save it?
No. I was just glad there was a bathroom nearby. But I learned about Bob through excremeditation.
Mm-hmm. Some people have said that in toilet training,
Violent.
youngsters, that if there's a picture of Bob there, it helps the kid to let go. I really did read this somewhere, but I should learn to remember where I read things. I did read that, though.
I'm old. I'm going to put a picture of Bob in my bathroom.
Oh, really? Thank you.
Yeah, his daughter.
So that actually worked for him.
Yeah. Now I should add that his daughter, the child in question, shares a birthday with me.
Oh.
Coincidence or conspiracy?
Lipo's daughter was born on my birthday, and she was the one who, when she she was having trouble in the potty, he'd bring Bob in, and that would loosen her up. So we basically couched that as this always works for every kid.
Huh. It's worth a try.
Yeah.
I've been to
Bob is a
Xdays.
laxative.
William Blake said, "Damn braces, bless relaxes."
So, hey, listen, we have a show to do in 2 hours.
That's right. I'd like to get some chow before I head
I'm
into
gonna
that.
play producer and say, let's say sayonara. Happy
Well,
Xday.
it's fun though. I enjoyed this conversation, and I
Thought that was
Now that we're leaving, Philo shows up.
Hey, Philo.
Good, great timing, Philo.
See y'all.
Hey, hail, happy Xday.
Yeah, European Xday. I would like to point out to you that you guys actually got the real Xday this year.
Yeah, we're it.
You got the real Xday, so here it is.
You got Stang and Philo, so there you go.
And Dr. Hal, you've got the Trinity. Actually, you got you got Onan earlier, who is another pillar of that structure.
Awesome. It's awesome. Thank you so much.
Professor Gofflin and I are merely servants. We are acolytes.
I need to move this down.
They also call those
Oh, you
bobbies
should boost
sometimes.
your audio, I think. Make it good and loud.
Pressure, just make sure this saves. I don't want this to be deleted. Save it.
Oh, okay. So I'm glad you brought that up. You know, for the month of July, we don't have a show. We were going to run a repeat, but you know what? This would really make a good Dr. Hal show, as one where Dr. Hal isn't there. I think I think this would be a lot of fun. So if no one minds, I'd like to. I haven't talked it over with the rest of the cast, which we always do. But since you're all here, I just wanted to say, if you don't mind, we might use this whole piece because it's all quite good.
Sure, go ahead.
Although you have like
a lot of fun.
What is it? 1 minute, 1 hour per minute. So you probably have 3 minutes of material.
I can't wait to see all the fame and fortune.
Some zippy editing techniques may be used.
No, I'm going to do this exactly the way. Well, no, maybe I'll fiddle with it. I don't know.
All these
Depends on how
things are subject to augmentation once we get them.
And we go right back to the inflation.
I'm gonna
Although is
prop
really
one of the dogs here.
getting some slack there. I feel like doing that as well.
Here.
Yeah. Thank you, Prague
Thanks for having
Xday.
me. Gosh, this has been
Praise
an
Bob.
incredible experience.
And so ends Xday 2025.
Next
Thank you.
year for
We'll-
sure.
We'll be here.
Next
I'll
year.
be here.
Next year for sure.
That's just good.
Next year on the saucers.
Take me off to space, take me off to space. Come on down, you saucer man, and take me off to space. Take me off to space, take me off to space. Come on down, you saucer man, and take me off to space. Stick needles in my belly, take samples of my skin. I don't care as long as I can live with saucer man. I know that you don't take requests, but I'm a special case. So come on down, you saucer man, and take me off to space. Take me off to space, take me off to space. Come on, man.
One small step for man, one giant leap